All right, folks, this is Dre Tattoo Squid Podcast. We're here with Nix with Sounds Creepy Podcast in South Africa. How you doing?
I'm doing relatively well, all things considered. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I know. It's like this is like my first overseas talking. Usually everybody's like in the States, I think was that I had like Massachusetts and what was the other one? It was like it was in the States. But
Yeah.
But this is like my very first, because I'm like I said to you, I'm like I didn't know anything about time zones, like my map is this. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
let me go and write her a message. I'm like, oh shit, it's 1 o'clock in the fucking morning.
No problem.
You're probably looking at it going, the fuck's wrong with this guy?
No, that's me at 7:30 in the morning. I did not see you until the next day.
I know, that's like my life as it is. No,
That's cool.
So now we talked about like what your podcast is, but reiterate for the people out there what your podcast entails, even though this is not your first rodeo.
Okay. Just to introduce myself, my name's Nix, and I'm from Sounds Creepy Pod. It is a podcast about the intersection of movies and music, and I explore the intricacies of creepy moments in film.
Yeah, that's always good. Especially the
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like my girlfriend was trying to like watch one, and I think we were watching Ghost Ship. It's basically
Ghost Ship. Yeah, I remember Ghost Ship. That was good.
I know. I was
the one where they get decapitated in the intro.
Oh yeah, and then the girl.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely, it's good. It's good.
She's like the focal point of the movie, basically. So follow me.
Right.
But we got to the point where she's not a fan of bugs. So when it came down to like the part where they're going to get the ship, for anybody that doesn't know what the movie is, basically there's a ship that's been lost in the sea for so many fucking years, and there is a salvage crew, and a guy comes around that wants this ship, and he's a salvage crew to bring it around and help him bring it in. And then lo and behold, we call it's haunted, but the guy that brings it in, no spoiler, but he's kind of evil. Let's just put it that way. And then, but the part where I was talking about, get into the thing where they're ready to go and do everything, and then they're like, oh my God, we found cans of food. And then they open up the cans of food, and they're like, oh, and you figure it's sitting there for like so many years, it's probably rotten as hell. And then they're just eating away and all that. But then in retrospect, then they come out of their trance or something, and boom, there's maggots. And that's when my girlfriend was like, no. It had to be.
I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out.
But she had like a blanket, like a protective screen. So it's like, that had to be fucking maggots. Yeah. But it was just
her luck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, my thing, I could not sit through Cujo.
Yeah?
That was the whole thing, because I'm a dog lover. So for me, seeing a dog go ballistic like that, and then you gotta have to kill it, I'm like,
that sucks.
It's just like, I'm not really a person like PETA or something, but I just couldn't like go. I think when I was younger, I was like, nah, like halfway through, I'm like, nah. But that's the only movie. Everything else I can, I can watch decapitations and, split down the middle.
How's about John Wick?
Yeah.
John Wick and they kill the puppy.
Oh, that would be me right there. I'll be like, listen, that's it. I don't care about the car. I don't care about the house, but, the dog that's left by my past, wife, as a present to cope. I'm like, you're going downhill. That's it.
There you go.
There's a lot of blood in your future.
Pain, lots of pain.
Yeah, I think there's going to be I think from what I heard, there's going to be a fourth and a fifth one.
Okay.
So
it's good though. They're good.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not like a big action fan, but they're so good.
I'm glad it's not like all these other ones that have like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and they got all these different celebrities popping in.
Yeah, that's true.
It's usually the same ones, and maybe one or two, but that's, you know, like I forgot her name now. Halle Berry, like she was in the latest
Yeah,
one.
she was in the last one. Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. You know, there wasn't like a big, you know, like, oh, there's like so many stars, and I'm like Expendables or something. Yeah.
Oh, Expendables is crazy.
Yeah, once you know, you got every action star, and I'm like, oh, where'd he come from? I'm like, I don't know.
He's still alive.
Yeah, they're still alive, but they don't look so good.
Like, oh man, Stallone. Oh, there's something going on. I don't know what it is. It is tragic.
It is. I think it's like, if he doesn't know a Rocky movie, hey, it won't
Adrian!
look like. Yeah. And it's funny because I did a podcast about you probably know about this movie. There's a BMX movie called Rag. And if you don't, I'm gonna reiterate it a little bit, because you know, you're pretty much like in the same age as I am, or maybe a little younger. But you know, there was like, I grew up with like BMX bikes, you know, bikes and all that. Mm-hmm. You know, and there was a movie that kind of brought everything in, and basically the woman that's on Rocky was in the movie, and she played a mom of a guy that wanted to be in this racing thing. And I'm like, and all I could think about was like, if the guy's name was Adrian, she'd be like, hey. And that's what I was like looking. I was like, oh no. But it was good. She had that stern face. She had that look like, you know, she's pissed all the time, you know. But
oh yeah,
you never see her crack a smile until like maybe in the movie, going like, you know, you know, and then that's about it. But that was in that movie. But that was like the best movie. I just did that whole thing, and I was like, oh, nice, yeah. But it's cool, you know, about like, you know, doing the thing about. So, what are your plans for your podcast now? Like that.
Oh man, I was trying to move into spaces, but it's just not unlocking for me right now. I manage a couple of other accounts.
Yeah.
And all of the spaces have unlocked, but not on my Sounds Creepy one. I don't know why. Okay. So I fall into other people's spaces, and this morning was a really good one. Yeah. I was in a spaces where they were just talking a bunch of bullshit, like adult themed stuff, one of those late night rooms. And then I just fell out, and I was like, has anybody seen the latest episode of Rick and Morty? And they're like, no, why? What's happening? I'm like, well, it's actually thematically close to what you guys are talking about. They're like, what are you on about? I'm like, well, it's about horse semen. And they're like, that is thematically correct. So that gives you an idea about what the room was about.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I actually got a chance to talk about my other project as well. It's called Midnight Cartoon, and it's about adult animation. It's actually about all kinds of animation, but I like to educate people about what adult animation is, because a lot of people are missing out on really good film, series, cinema, whatever you want to call it, TV, because they think that all that stuff, animation, is for kids, and that's just not really the case.
Definitely not.
There's animation made for adults with adult themes, definitely not for kids. People also think that anime is for children, and certain kinds of anime are for kids, but mostly the kind of stuff on Netflix and stuff that you get is not for kids. It's for adults, and there's some really good shit out there.
I know.
So I started chatting about that. Yeah, Castlevania was fucking great. Okay, I'm not even gonna joke about it. It was so good. And yeah, I started talking about a little bit like Adult Swim. I don't know if you know about Adult Swim.
Oh, and all of the I had the DVD.
Yeah, right. So I got one over here. I don't know if you can see that. It says Adult Swim right there.
Yeah. Stupid monkey.
Right, so I'm a big fan, and I was talking to people about that, and I do actually have a spaces there, so I might actually start up some convos talking about adult animation. But at the moment,
there's some crazy stuff on Adult Swim, though. I mean, like with the
absolutely.
Yeah. No.
Have you been watching Mr. Pickles?
No, I haven't. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but then I heard people
Oh,
talking about. But I am going to get into it though. There's like a list I have to get into. So
right.
like,
Mr. Pickles is hardcore, so I think you'll enjoy that one.
I think.
And Metalocalypse.
No, yeah, no, yeah. I've seen that one. Now that one's like awesome, especially
It's
because
so good.
you guys see
It
the
is so good. It's hilarious.
You guys see the metal Batman.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because you
Have
see
you?
Metal Apocalypse was in that video as well.
Oh, okay. Which episode?
No, it's not really an episode itself. It was like a video of like Batman doing like heavy metal speed, like death metal.
Oh, I remember that, like a meme.
Yeah. So they had like Robin, they had the Red Hood, they had like in the background, and they're head banging and everything else. But then they showed bits and pieces like Rick and Morty was in there, and then all of a sudden they get cut up or whatever, and then they kind of pan out to like you see Metalocalypse, what you call driving the car, like like that. Yeah, and
sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's like a clusterfuck of like people that's in it, which is
that's
awesome.
cool, man.
But then people do reactions like, "What are we watching?" It's like, "Holy shit!"
I think that's basically anything Adult Swim related in a nutshell. If you don't know what you're looking at, that's how it caught me the first time. I was working late one evening, and the whole Adult Swim thing came to me a little bit later than it actually happened. It took off in the early 2000s, I think, in America, in the States. And over here, I only got it in 2006 on a cable channel.
Yeah.
And it was a late night story. I used to work at a pub, came home tired, slightly drunk. I switch on the TV to have a cigarette before bed.
We all been there.
I switch on the TV to have a cigarette. That's when I still smoked. And I can't remember what it was. And there's this fucking show on TV, and I'm like, what am I watching? And why can't I look away? It was just, it had me at hello. Yeah. So I love all of that shit, even the bad stuff. There's one called Squidbillies. I don't know if you've ever heard of Squidbillies.
Yeah, I seen that, yeah.
They're redneck squid.
Yeah, with the cowboy hats.
It's always terrible and always amazing. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I'm really into that. But I mean, cartoons, Ren and Stimpy, cartoons are almost inherently creepy,
Yeah.
I've always had a love for creepy stuff. Even when I was a little kid, some of the cartoons I would watch they would terrify me really, and I wouldn't look away. And that's where the fascination started with creepy shit.
Yeah. I think the very first cartoon that's more adult version wise, I think was The Simpsons. In my opinion,
yeah, The Simpsons.
I think The Simpsons was like the very adult kind of cartoonish thing, and then you had Family Guy, and Family Guy just fucking blew it out. They just went overboard, which is great.
But they rode on the success of The Simpsons. I mean, if no Simpsons, then pretty much none of the other really good shows that I like as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they started that vibe.
Yeah, definitely, because they had and then everybody else from like Rick and Morty that does all the crazy antics of what they do, and
time travel stuff.
A what?
The time travel stuff.
Oh yeah, especially when him drinking like. It's like,
yeah.
I'm looking at him like, wow, that's me back in the day. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I'm not such a big fan of time travel stuff, but I mean, they are riffing very, very hard on Back to the Future, which is an amazing series.
Yeah.
And I mean, some of the jokes, not all of the episodes are fantastic, but one or two of them are just so fucking good that I've rewatched it several times. There's one episode called Rattlestar Galactica, which is completely about a planet of snake aliens. And they go and they fuck with stuff, and it is so good. You have to watch it. It's really
Oh yeah, no, me and my girlfriend watched because she had to look like, what are we watching? And I'm like, I don't know, but it's so good, and then you just sit there going, oh.
The references are really good, and I think that's their audience. They wanna show people that they were there when the cool shit was happening. So yeah, I love that show.
what was the other ones they had? But then like I go into like anime a little bit here and there. I don't watch a lot of anime because you watch anime, there's usually like the subtitles and this and that. Like
they tend to be in Japanese. The good ones are in Japanese.
Yeah, the good ones. Yeah, exactly. But then when you're like, oh, I don't really want to go and see the subtitles, just want to go like, they had Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, what an amazing show. Don't even get me started. I love Cowboy Bebop. It's so good. And I hate jazz.
If that's how the future is going to be, I'm like, all right.
Why is it always the dystopian one, though? I fucking hate that. I'm like, why can't we have flowers and kittens and shit, man? We've been suffering all this time. But it's always hard and fucking lonely and cutthroat. But I love that show. That show's really, really good. Well, and like I said, I like it despite I hate jazz, but I fucking love that show.
Yeah, because like you were saying with Back to the Future, it's like 2013 was supposed to have flying cars. We didn't get shit yet, we got
absolutely.
We got a whole bunch of flying bullshit, but that's about it,
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, hold on. I guess something that popped up on my screen here. Get out the screen. Okay, there we go. But what was the other things? I'm trying to remember. We called the thing. There was Akira.
Akira is amazing. It is. It really is one of the anime movies that you have to watch.
Yeah,
you have to watch it in your lifetime. It's really good. It's absolutely.
Yeah, and then
Akira is really good.
Yeah, for us, it's like we can watch. That to be like the beginning part of it, but then other people that are in the anime, they're like, no, you gotta watch this. Because there's people that really get into it and they're like, no, this is the thing. That's just propaganda stuff, So,
right.
But you never know. It's like certain people just are really into it, like we do. We're like into the horror stuff and everything, and even Japanese like Vampire D.
I was just going to say, I hope you've watched Vampire D because that was one of the early ones that I watched and it is amazing. Even the remake is good.
Yeah. There was like, was it 2 or 3? I think there was like 2 or 3 different scenarios, I think, of Vampire D. But it was like more
okay.
Yeah. So it was like, one was like really dark, but it's like grimy. But then you get to the second one, and then the third one was more like, okay, they tell the story to how he killed his father, which is Dracula. And and then he goes on, and then there's like this short guy, bald head, like this, and he had like long white hair, and he's just driving around with a little wheelchair, but he's a vampire too. And I was like, this is crazy shit.
There's anime for everybody out there. You wouldn't believe there's so much horror stuff, but on the other side, there's shows about like a swim team, or a girls target practice club, or if you can think about it, there is an anime about it. It is so popular in Japan, and that's why I said it's not just for kids. Adults watch anime all the time, and it's made for adults. But there's a lot of really good dark stuff out there. Did you watch what's it, Devilman Crybaby? Did you watch that?
Devil May Cry. There is
I think it's Devilman Crybaby.
I think I've seen bits and pieces. Haven't really got into it, but like
that's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Netflix is getting a lot of this stuff now, and they're calling it all anime, despite being Western animation. So that's it's nitpicky, but that's not the same thing. But people are referring to it as anime. They don't know any better. So then that just becomes the way that we refer to these things.
When they say anime, like Western kind of thing, Western anime, we call it. I think of it as Trigun.
Trigun really isn't, but those shows like Trigun and Dragon Ball Z and Gundam Wing, shows like that were really popular with Western audiences back in the day. So a lot of that stuff came out to Western audiences, despite actually being anime. And now people think of those. They really are quintessential. I mean, the original Dragon Ball was really good, although I saw Z when I was a teenager.
So it's like
still very good. Oh yeah,
no, definitely. So let's talk about tattoos because that's what we were going to be talking about. So now we're like, she's like,
yeah, I love tattoos. I love tattoos.
We can see we got the whole Halloween, like the movie genre on the one arm, and yeah, like where he was wearing the suit and the glasses, So
yeah. So this is actually wait, here we go. That is an anime tattoo right there. That's from a show called Spirited Away. It's a movie by Studio Ghibli. They're very famous. They do sort of the Disney version of anime, I could almost say, but they still have that dark and grittiness about it, which a lot of the times you don't find in the Disney stuff. So that's like one of my all-time favorites. And then got Harry Potter, which is not very scary at all. But I do have a ghost. Where can I see it? Can you see it? Well,
yeah, no, I see. That's what I was like thinking of. Yeah, I was thinking like the Halloween when he was wearing the sheet, but had the glasses.
Yeah, that's the sheet, right? So because as a kid, I grew up very conservatively, and when I was a child, I had the idea that that's what ghosts are really like. It's someone under a sheet or whatever. So I wanted to get that to commemorate the innocence.
Definitely.
Loving creepy stuff from an innocent age.
Yeah, because I mean, like mine is like I went balls to the wall, so it's a mixture of everything. I got this one tattoo. I don't know if you can see it, but is that the lion?
Yeah.
So when I got this done, because I'm a Leo, so we got like the lion thing and all that, and then somebody came up and like, oh wow, you got the cover of Ziggy Marley on your arm, and I'm like, I didn't know. But I'm like, now I got the cover of Ziggy Marley on my arm. I'm like, all right, fine. Hey, it's cool. Yeah.
It is very, very Jamaican, the lion with the crown.
Yeah. Because I was looking at like the crown and jewels was more like each jewel was like like my niece and my nephews or whatever, or even like
that's beautiful
extended kind of thing. I'm like, I know people are like, oh my god, Tattoo Squid, you're so sappy. I'm like, I know, sorry, but
yeah, that's what tattoos are for. People tend to think that tattoos are for other people. They're not. They're for us. If you enjoy them, that's great, but they're for us.
Because I have what was the one? I got like a very screwed up Lego Batman. So
nice.
So the guy was like, he's like one of those tattooers where he was like in training. So and I was leaving and I'm like guinea pig. So I was like, he goes, I gotta put a tattoo on you. I'm like, okay, what? Lego Batman. I'm like, okay.
Shit.
Which is like for my nephew because he was like into like Batman so much. Every Halloween he dressed like Batman. So. But
that's cool. What's your favorite? What's your first piece? What's the first thing you got?
Actually covered up by the line. I had a corkscrew with a feather, so it looked like it was corkscrew into the skin. So it was just like one of those like cheap, it's like 80, whatever. So like when you see the lion, it had, it was right underneath, and my tattoo artist was like, are you attached to this stuff right here?
Can we do something about it?
Yeah, because he was like second guessing. He goes, this doesn't look good. We gotta make it a little bit better. And then we start putting the thing on, and so this whole arm was like water themed. So I had like, I got the mermaid and the old coral thing going on. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like the shark. There's like
that is beautiful. The silhouettes of the sharks.
Yeah, and
that is gorgeous.
And you got the underground city kind of thing over here.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love how the light is coming through the top, and they're just skin breaks. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's just like that. Yeah. And then the reason why I have my I don't know if you can see it, but that's like, it's actually an octopus, but I like squids, but I just figured, okay, I'm gonna name it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have like Tattoo Squid. So I have a license plate that says
that's great.
Squid, so I might as well make a podcast out of it. So
that's cool, man. That's cool.
And I even told my tattoo.
Yeah, no, I love octopi. I love squids. They're so cool, man.
Yeah, it's like
cephalopods.
Now I'm trying to figure out, because I have a painting. If you see my YouTube videos, you'll probably see it like in the background. But a friend of mine made like a painting for the Tattoo Squid podcast with the squid holding a microphone and the whole thing, like the old style microphones. And I'm like,
that's cool.
So now I got to try to get something else going on. So
that's awesome.
But it's a, a good process kind of thing. And, this whole, I only done this for like maybe, this is more than a year. I think about a year and maybe 2 months or 3 months, I think. So I had to learn from scratch how to do this stuff. So like you said, you had 2 other things before this, So it's not your first rodeo.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I came out of college, I made a career move in my mid-20s. I was in sales for a very long time, did very well, and I fucking hated it. I hated every moment of it. So long story short, I went to college and I studied film and television. And right out of that, I tried a couple of things. And one of those things, like I said, was the cartoon one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we couldn't put more time into it, but there's 2 videos there of us just fucking around having a good time about cartoons that we misremember from childhood. I don't know if you had a chance to see that video.
No, I will after this.
It's posted. Yeah, it's posted on my Sounds Creepy page right now.
Yeah.
You can go and have a look there. And then the other thing that I tried was something. I try to experiment with a little bit more local flavor because sometimes people like something that's a little bit foreign to them, a culture that they don't know much about, right? So I made a thing called Spookdorp, which is loosely translated to ghost town. Because I was always fascinated by ghost towns. Ghost town doesn't mean that it's haunted, but as a kid, I was like, oh, fucking ghost town. You go there and like ghostly people, spirit and apparitions walking around like it's the daytime. They're dead, but they don't know it.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's not it. But ghost towns are really cool in themselves as well, and they're very, very common.
Yeah.
I didn't think we had a lot here, and then I very quickly realized that there's a bunch of them, and I started talking about it, and people really appreciated the first episode. Yeah. But it's one of those things, creative people, so much self-doubt. You can't just let shit be, you can't just be like, I'm gonna fucking do it. So the first time, oh no, I bailed. Yeah. It was too much. I couldn't take it. And I learned a little bit. I've been doing YouTube for a tech channel now for just over a year. Yeah. And I learned a lot doing that. Also, as a filmmaker, I've been keeping a steady eye on people like Peter McKinnon and what's his name? Mati Happy. And what's the other guy? Daniel Schiffer. Mm-hmm. Very big guys in filmmaking, and they give so much good advice and stuff like that. So I tried to do the podcast. And it's amazing. It's a lot of fun. And my partner's really knowledgeable about stuff. But once again, life, you get so busy. You can't edit those videos and also do my other job and. But yeah, this time I feel more confident. I've already got a couple of episodes written down, and I've been making such great friends with people in the podcasting world, yourself included.
Oh, thank you.
Just meeting people that are like-minded, that are cool. A lot of people think that they're too cool for school. Yeah. And I really don't like people like that. They're like, oh, I have a big account. You have a tiny account. We do the same thing and we have a lot of similar followers, but I ain't going to follow you back.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of people been saying that.
So I just decided, screw that. I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to do it for me this time. If people like the content, that's going to be great. I would love it if people listen to my stuff. But even if it's just for me, I'm already having such a good time. So I'm really excited.
I like them because I never really been on Twitter, I think, until like last year. And once I got the podcast going, and I'm like, all right, let me go on Twitter, I guess, and see what goes on. And there is a lot. I mean, I know there's a lot of podcasts, but I didn't know there was a lot on Twitter. And some will welcome you in. Some were like, okay, you're not really that good yet, but then after
prove yourself.
Yeah. But then I started doing the stuff and putting it out there, and there's a lot of people I made friends, like you said, just made friends throughout the whole thing, and they retweet and compliment and
absolutely.
They're like, oh, we gotta see
that community is pretty good.
Yeah, because I was like, I can't wait to see your stuff that would come out soon, and then I'll be like,
I'm really
going right on there, and and then mine, I'm like mine's like mediocre kind of thing because
no, no. I look at it as a diary.
Yeah.
If you just put down the stuff that you're passionate about, people that you want to talk to anyway,
Yeah.
you're never going to lose.
Yeah.
There is such a thing as trying to be too perfect.
Yeah,
and I know as creatives we suffer with that. We're like, oh, the lighting's not perfect, the scene is not, and this and that. And you know what? For every single great creative out there that doesn't make something or doesn't put something out, there's a million shitty and mediocre people putting out a bunch of stuff, getting those views, getting those likes, getting that engagement, and you're still sitting in your little, your little box of anxiety. So hats off to you. I really appreciate people like you because you just decided, fuck it. And that's a beautiful thing.
Well, that's the other thing, because we call a lot of people said to me, is like, listen, you talk too fucking much. You might as well put it somewhere. And I'm like, yeah, okay, right. But I started out with video. And I don't.
Yeah, no, me too.
I never really, because I was never, like MTV, they had the VJs, and I was like,
yeah.
I think I can do that. But then I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if I want to see. I like to be heard, not seen. So like behind the scenes thing. But I started out with video, like podcasting. And I'm like, shit, because I didn't know how to do the audio stuff. So then I found out about an app that does it. And then it was pretty simple after that. So, but then.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, but we could, and it's like what, it's like almost 4:00 over there now, right? By you.
Oh, in the afternoon, it's almost 4:00 on a Saturday.
So it's like almost dinner time for you and breakfast for everybody else. He's like, no, I don't want to.
No. That's cool, man. If you want to go, we can call it a day. We can always pick up again later.
No, I'm just saying we could, because I'm like speculating, like trying to get through this time zone thing, and I'm like, wow, that's like so. I don't know what. But
no, that's cool. Like I said, if you give me like a time frame, when you say, okay, listen, from like 9 to 12, pick something in there. I can definitely make it happen, because I would have hated to miss out on this opportunity to just chat with you, and just hang out. That's what Spaces is really exciting to me in that respect, where the kind of stuff that you could just pick up on, and a lot of stuff to learn, and a lot of people to meet. It's really intimidating to a certain degree, but if you already like speaking, you're going to have a good time. Choose a topic and then just see where it goes.
Yeah, because I think there's a person that did Spaces. Now, for some people that doesn't know about Spaces, it's a thing on Twitter where you can pretty much have a cluster of anybody in the whole thing. So it doesn't have to be people that you invite. People that not invited can be in that whole thing. And they can listen. But I think from what I understand, you're like, say, when you're the host, you can have like 10 speakers at one time. And you choose the speakers. Like if they want to speak, okay, fine. And then that's like the 10. And then everybody else just pretty much like listens, like you're doing a Comic-Con kind of thing or something.
Yeah, it's like a panel, right? So people are on stage when they're a speaker, but anybody can be a speaker. Anybody can request to be a speaker. Because I think if you had more than 10 people with the ability to speak at once, it would just be crazy.
I think there was a podcast, we call it Trash Panda podcast, and I think they're trying to get like every podcast, which it sounds like a great idea, but like you said, it's just a whole bunch of cluster just talking at once. If they did that, but the whole 10 people mark would suffice.
I tried. I'll tell you what, if
no, I mean, I tried doing that once, and I don't know about how to like be able to promote it out there. Like, are you supposed to just get on there, and then hopefully somebody comes in, or you just set, because I usually have to ask people, to find out when.
Yeah, you can share it beforehand. What you do
Yeah.
is you can schedule it and then you share it with people, either in, in just as a tweet, or you DM people, and then people know beforehand. I've been doing that, but unfortunately, I've been hyping a thing that I haven't been able to do yet. So now we just sit and wait. What can I do? What else can I do?
I'm still trying to figure out like a theme song for like, or what they call a promo, I guess. Yeah, like for
You're
your.
still trying to get a promo song.
Yeah, I'm like I listen to music, like certain sounds, because you never know if you're gonna be copyrighted or some shit.
Absolutely, but you know where to go to find some good music, right?
I seen a little bit here, a little bit there, but I don't know exactly where to go at. I'm just like looking for different kinds of sounds that nobody really listens to. It's not gonna be copyrighted, so I'll make some stuff up myself. I'll go on.
Yeah. But that's always the best, making your own stuff.
Yeah, because I was like, because I have a friend that's like, he's a DJ / musician, and but now he's busy with his like other side of work and all that. So down the line. See if we can make like some kind of thing up or whatever. But like Drunk Theory has like thing for theirs, it's like, we're a couple people, we're drunk. I'm
yeah.
Show tune. I'm like, nice, but and then
I'm also hunting for something. I want something a little unique, a little bit creepy and offbeat, but not too deep or too distracting. It's difficult to find just the right level of what you need, and also to be something that you like.
Yeah, because I want to try to send it out to like, I listen to like so many different podcasts, like, and they have like the promos from different people, and I'm like,
like a promo, like an ad. You want to do an ad for your podcast. Yeah,
there is a couple of people that mention how to do it, and I'm like, I know how to do it. It's just, okay, this is what it is, blah 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 blah. But then you got the music in the background and a certain kind of theme, and that's what I had like problems trying to get for real. Trying to see if I could put that all together.
Right. Yeah, no, it can be a little tricky, but if you know what you're about, you know the kind of vibe you want to put out. Writing something that's your own is always the best. When I think back on the kind of shows that I liked on the radio, I liked the kind of weird, wacky stuff that was unique, and they had their own little jingle in that. And I think everybody tries to do that, but a lot of people fall flat. If you just do something that everybody else is doing, you're just going to get lost in the middle.
I was like,
let your heart lead you.
I know, but like, this is like something, and even my girlfriend was saying that, she's like, oh, you're doing something that you love to do, and I'm like, yeah, I like to talk. But
absolutely.
But it's like, and I got a lot of I love the people that do reviews, and I got like great reviews, and I've read this and I was like, wow. I was like,
that's cool, man. That's cool. You're onto something. Something.
I think somebody was saying that I was like more of a late night talk show host.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of Howard Stern in there. I don't know how risque you like to get, but that's the kind of vibe I'm getting.
Because I think my podcast is more like, as you can tell right now, it's a little bit of everything back and forth. It's not like
free form.
It's not like a set one thing, because that to me, that's like, it's gonna be like stale after 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Like, because I'll go and do like, okay, well, let's talk about like, like Cinderella's, like the glam rock band, the guitarist died.
Yeah.
For instance,
died
like yesterday. So I would put something in there, and then, since that one passed away, hey, Moscow Peace Festival years ago, was this really good for drug and alcohol?
Yeah.
So it kind of, I try to segue it into certain things, and then I'll go into like a horror like story about Long Island or something. And
yeah, that's cool.
So, they're like, one guy was like, oh, it's a clusterfuck of like different things. It's not your, but he doesn't say
it's my show.
It's like,
just my show. You don't like it, don't listen to it.
No, I'm not saying clusterfuck in a bad way. It's just a clusterfuck.
Oh, in a good way. Okay.
Yeah, in a good way.
Okay.
It wasn't like a bad way. I mean, it's like you got he goes, we call it that, it's not your typical podcast show.
Right.
So
right.
I'm like, I like that I'm not like the average mill of the whole thing. Yeah. So
but that's good. Don't lose your individuality. That's amazing.
yeah, because I'm like, and then
so
yeah. Okay. Yes.
I was wondering, would you like to see some of my pieces?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'll see the ones that have anything to do with anything. I've got the one right here.
I saw
and
that
on actually Twitter, says, right. So that is about a documentary, almost a mockumentary in itself as well. It says Haksan, and it is a 1921 film, black and white, about witchcraft through the ages and how people mistook various things for signs of witchcraft. I really like it because it does show how we as people, we're always looking for what's the thing that makes the sound, what's the cause of the illness, why were these people poisoned? It's always got to be some kind of a bad person behind the scenes, and a lot of the times that wasn't the case. So that the literal witch hunts that went on to try and find these people, and these were very often women, disenfranchised people, people from different cultures, foreigners. They would just be a very comfortable scapegoat for all the bad shit that happened. And Haksan is about that kind of stuff throughout the ages, throughout the Inquisitions, throughout the witch burnings, and to the modern world up until that point. So it's a really good movie to show somebody that's interested in that stuff and also likes that little bit creepy, old school, black and white kind of thing. It's really, really good. Highly recommended.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, because I tried to do that somewhere on me. I don't know. I have it somewhere. Like the old the
scripting.
Yeah, it's like more like the old Mexican gunman as well. Yeah.
Right. They'd like do it over here or over the chest.
No, I actually have it on my shin. Actually, like the whole.
Oh, can I see it?
Yeah,
can you show it?
Let's see if I can do this before falling my ass on the floor. You know what?
Oh shit! It's too high.
Too high. Yeah, it's too high. Like I'm not a ballerina. I'm not getting that age yet.
I'm gonna try and show you one on my leg. Let's see if I can do it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can see that, right?
Oh yeah, Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs, and that's a jackalope right there.
Yeah. I was gonna get a stuffed head of that.
What? The jackalope?
Yeah, the jackalope, because there is one of those.
I fucking love them. They're so great.
Was those things called? There's like a store that does like all the macabre kind of like, they sell all like weird stuff. Oh, I forget.
Right, like an oddities kind of store.
Yeah, oddities. There you go. The strange and unusual.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. And
I love that kind of shit.
Yeah, but they had like I went through the whole thing. They got the old baby caskets, human-sized caskets.
Oh wow.
And it actually
that's pretty macabre.
Yeah. I mean, and even the surgical saw for the morgue.
Surgical implements.
Yeah.
That's very cool. That's very much like Oddities. Did you ever see that show?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
I loved it so much. It was so good. Weren't they in California somewhere? I can't remember.
I think they were all over the place. Weren't they like one of those like traveling carnival kind of thing, I guess?
There was actually one shop, the Oddities shop, Obscura, I think it was called. And I actually reached out to them when the show was still going on, just with a little bit of fan mail, and they answered me, and they were like, "Oh, it's so cool to know we've got fans in South Africa. They had such a good show, and the shop was really cool, but unfortunately they stopped. It died."
Yeah.
It's difficult to keep something like that financed.
And what's funny about that whole Oddities, I was like, I went in there and I was like, all right, I got like $40. I'm looking around, and I seen this I didn't have $40 on me at that time, but then there was a jackalope that was just like sitting there, and I'm like, oh, I need that for my apartment.
Always wanted one.
Yeah, I was like, and it had all the fur, it had this, and it was all like, taxidermy kind of like wise. And I'm like, all right, so you can hold this for me for like next week, and I'll be over here, no problem. So I go back the next week, and they didn't have it. It was gone.
Ah, shit.
I was like, all right. Then I asked the guy, I'm like, okay, listen, I got $40 here. I was gonna get that, but it's not here. What can I get for $40? And he goes, well, you can get that cow hip bone. Yeah. So there was an actual cow hip bone, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll get it. And then
there we go.
And I put it right when I was living in Pennsylvania. I had like a big, huge dining room table, and my vast knowledge, I wanted to have one of those big bears, the stuffed animal bears, the big ones.
The stuffed bear with the head?
No, I mean just like the whole body. He's just standing there.
The whole fucking body. Oh yeah, that's cool.
I wanted to have it like right behind me, right behind my chair when at the dinner table. Yeah, and just going, hey.
That's cool.
Yeah, but we put. I just cool. put that cow hip bone like on the dining room table, and it's like a good talking, like piece, the talker thing.
Yeah.
The fuck is
absolutely
that? Like cow hip bone.
That's cool. So, yeah.
But
I've also got.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you afterwards. We call it the thing. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I've also got the Blair Witch symbol.
Oh, you really are the little Blair Witch.
I am. I feel really sorry for how much people hate that film, because the quantity of hate that it gets. I have twice that amount of love for it. It's a stinking pile of crap, and I love it so much. I really, really do. That makes it better. It makes it better.
It's a double entendre.
That's what I'm into. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I have one more. This one I got to commemorate my graduation.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that. VHS.
Oh, the VHS. The movie?
Yeah. Oh, the home videos, right?
Oh yeah, but then they had the movie too, so like.
Oh, VHS, the film? No. VHS, the medium. The medium. Thank you very much. Hey, everybody's always like, "Oh yeah, but what about other formats?" And I'm like, "Listen, this is what I grew up with. Okay, it's not for everyone. My tattoos are for me."
Yeah, because I even have like I said, I gotta take pictures and then I'll send it to you on Twitter, because like me.
Yeah.
The whole thing, because it's like, hey, look at this over here, But it's like, well, this one right here, like this person.
Oh fuck, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
This is the one that my friend was told me about. He goes, I'm like, well, what is that? He goes, well, that's a lady god. I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll wear it. I'll put it on there.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then I got like other stuff where it's like like bird skulls going across, like my chest, like underneath, like a belt kind of thing, and
that's cool.
A regular skull, and then I put like a heart on top of the skull, and I just started adding shit. And there's like a sword. I don't know if you can see it. There's like a sword.
I can see it. Yeah. That's good.
With the skeleton hand holding onto it, so. But it was a pretty decent thing. And then I have like a scene when I was married, my wife passed away from cancer. So
I'm sorry.
It's 2013, I think. And
my condolences.
Oh, thank you. But there was a saying or something. It was like, it's like almost as like something like throwing having handguns and hand grenades or something like that, or guns and hand grenades, and horseshoes and hand grenades. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And
okay.
So that's saying I got that tattoo on me, and then we put the horseshoe and the hand grenade and the whole. It's really like something I wanted to get done and all that. I haven't got that shit colored in yet because that shit's gonna hurt.
Where is it?
It's like right here. I don't know. Like,
oh, the soft tissue here is terrible.
Yeah,
oh, like, it hurts so much.
Yeah, that's where it's like, because I told him, I was like, he's like, oh, we should do the ribs next. I'm like, no, that's gonna fucking hurt, dude.
Oh,
and then he's like, you hit spots where it has bone, so you should be all right. I'm like, says you're on the outside.
I firmly believe that it's better on the bone than it is on the soft tissue. I really do.
Well, yeah,
I've got one on my thigh, on the side of my thigh, and it hurt every time, because I've redone it a little bit as well. It hurts every fucking time.
Now I got
way more than the bone.
So I got to show with some other ones if I could try to do it. Since you did it, I want to see if I can be able to do it.
Yeah, fuck it, do it. Yeah. Don't fall. Don't fall.
No, I think I'm gonna bend down the thing a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
So.
Yeah, that's nice. That's good.
So got that, and then I got the Grim Reaper in the back.
Of course.
Yeah,
I don't have one yet. One day.
That was on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that was a strange fucking night. When you figure Friday,
those are the best ones.
Yeah, but you figure Friday the 13th is like strange night. Let's put it this way. Here's the perspective of it. I went down there and I was helping them out. We're doing Friday the 13th tattoos. So I'm not a tattoo artist, but I'm like, I'll just sit there and I'm like, watch these guys and I'll help them out. Like, you need this, you need this, you need this, whatever. And I would be at the table, the desk, so when the people come in, like, all right, you're first, you're second, here's the money, blah, blah, blah. And I'll make sure everybody's in there right. You should just walk in and like, oh, I'm next. No, I'm next. And then try to keep the peace.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing. And then that was going on for like maybe 2 hours. And then after it was all done, it was like rain, sleet, hail, like everything was going on outside. And so I'm like, and my tattooer just looked at me, he goes, you want to get one done too? And I'm like, yeah, but not like that. And he goes, don't worry, I got one set up for you. We got the Grim Reaper like in the desert with the sickle, kind of thing. He just just like. So the whole time he's doing this thing on the back of my leg, which is fine, it's raining and then snow and then there's some sun and then there's like more fucking rain. I'm like, what the hell's going on out there?
Holy shit.
It was crazy. And then he's smoking a cigarette and we're watching this and it's like lightning storm and it's just like the end of the world mix. And I'm like, what? And then we were done. I was getting, wrap me up and everything else and I was handing the money. And he, there's a bathroom, obviously, but then you hear the bathroom going like that, just making a noise. And I'm like, I looked at my friend, I'm like, you heard that, right? And he goes, yeah. He goes, no, it's probably pipes or something. And then as soon as he said pipes, and all of a sudden he goes, all right, let's get the
holy shit.
Yeah. And he was like, all right, let's get the
You're fucking kidding me.
No,
you're kidding me.
It was like that. I'm like,
holy shit.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. And we
did.
It was just like, and then when we left, no storm. Like nothing. It was just plain nighttime. That was it. It was like, I shit you not. I was like, wow. If that's not a tattoo story on how you got your tattoo, it's like.
Of the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, or because Grim Reaper on Friday the 13th, and you got all this shit going. Plus, here's a knocking at the fucking bathroom, room. I was like, wow,
that's some freaky shit right there.
Well,
that's freaky.
There is another one
for me.
The person had to bend down to get into the doorway. That's freakishly tall.
That is tall. Yeah, but I hear you guys. In general, people are taller in the States. Like I hear 6 foot is like the thing. I don't know.
It depends on what store you're standing in. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Myself, I'm like 6'1". So
wow.
And everybody's
that's
looking
tall.
Yeah, but that's not really tall compared to other people that's like 6'4", 6'5". My younger brother, he's like 6'3" or something. And
what the fuck do they feature all over there?
I don't know. You should see how my parents look. It's like you got me, and my brother's like here, and then my sister's like about that one, and then my mom, dad's like right here.
Yeah, she's short.
They look like little midgets. You ever seen The Princess Bride?
Yeah.
Remember the two?
I have seen Princess Bride.
Remember Billy Crystal and the old woman is like, have fun storming the castle. That's my mom and dad right there. That's
adorable.
They're gonna look at this video going like, what the fuck are you trying to say? We're short? I'm like, yeah, you are. It's like,
why don't you have a skull piece yet?
I do. I got a skull. piece. All right, well,
no, I'm talking about on your skull, on your actual skull.
I made a promise I would never touch anything around up in here. You know, down here.
Keep it pretty.
Up
Keep
in
it
here. You know, the whole.
Keep it pretty for the cameras.
Yep, prim and proper. You know, before my parents
disowned. There we go.
That shit. You know, and my girlfriend. You know, my girlfriend would be like, no. So maybe the neck, not fully, but maybe a couple of things. But that's about it. Yeah.
You've been thinking about it, have you?
Right here, yes. Yeah, but not the head wise. Because once I saw Mike Tyson, I'm like, nah. You know, that was it.
But Mike Tyson's like around the eye. That's like face tattoo.
Oh, I know.
Or does he have something on his skull as well?
All right. Well, when I get a little older, then I'll probably do that. But I'm not sure yet. I'm not in.
Did I see Jamie Foxx? I think has got a piece on the back of his head now, and it's I don't know what to say about it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think it's good. I don't think it suits.
There's like tattoos that you're like, I don't know, it's not good for you. No.
It's terrible for me to say because really, I don't give a fuck. Like people should have their tattoos and be happy. It's not my place to give an opinion, but that one I'm not so sure. With the whole family man vibe that it goes with the tattoo on the back of the head, I don't know. Yeah, but maybe hey man, midlife is a bastard. Okay, let's just be honest.
True. You guys, but I mean, I hate to say it, but it's like every time I'm like, I get tattoos. I'm not a tattoo artist, but I'm giving advice to people that have these tattoos, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You know, it's even bad when you're drinking at a bar, and it's like you're the guy's like, hey, you see all the tattoos on me, like, look at the one I got, and then like this and. This is actually what happened. The guy pulled his shirt up, and he goes, "Oh, this and that." And I'm like, "You should have got your money back."
And it happens to me. People go, "Oh, look at my little tattoo," and then they show me like, what we call them here is we call them scratchers, right? Yeah. Those are people who have a tattoo gun that know how to tattoo, but they don't know shit about the art of tattooing, right? So they got a piece like that, and it's usually a portrait of their kid. Or their dead grandma or something, and I'm like, oh god, now you have to walk around with that piece of crap on you forever, and your loved one has been mangled.
The picture of the grandma looks like the crypt keeper from the
exactly that, and then you don't have the heart to tell them.
That's what I was going for. I was going for that. I'm like,
you go.
You weren't going for that. You weren't going for that shit. Nah. But it was like the guy I was talking to, and a friend of mine was there, and then I was like, dude, you got fucked. And that was it. And my friend looked at me and goes, what the fuck you doing? He goes, you don't go and say shit like that. Just say, yeah, and then walk away. I'm like, you want my honest opinion? I gave my honest opinion. That was it, And then that's the look.
You don't want to hear the truth, don't ask.
Yeah. I'm like, but then that's the same look my friend gave. Like, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah. And then he's still, like, after we went to the bar, we got home, I was staying at his place, and we got back to his place. It was like 4 a.m, and, he's cooking, like, macaroni and cheese and shit like we used to do when we were younger. And all of a sudden, he's like, he's still grilling me a little bit. He goes, the fuck you doing? The guy could have killed you. Yeah. I'm like, the guy was 18, and he looked like he just got out of high school.
Yeah, fucking kill me for telling you the truth, man. It's way more than anybody else will do for you.
I'm like, if I was a judge, I think I would get more criticized for being a judge or something. I'm like, listen, you want my honest opinion? I'm giving you my honest opinion. I'm like, and I'm not an artist, but hey, I get it done by the best. So
yeah, absolutely. And I can see you've got some really nice work there as well.
Yeah, I get a lot of
some people that really know what they're doing. Yeah. No, that's good.
The guy has a book about contouring the body. So
that's cool.
Like, he shows people like, this is what you do. You got to make sure it contours with the whole thing, and there's like a theme that goes around it, and he lives by that. Like it's awesome. And I want to get my next one. I want to get a squid, like on my back.
Of course.
Well, because I haven't got that. I mean, I got the octopus, but that's something different. But the squid, I was going to go and do, like, I got 2 eyeballs in the back of my shoulders.
But
like I said, we call it I'll try to, because I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can do that again. Hold on. Here we go. Show and tell.
Hold on. I've lost you. Hold on for a second. I don't know what the fuck I just did.
What'd you do?
I did something. I've lost you. Back to meeting. Oh, there you go. Okay, show me. I'm ready.
So I don't know. I got that one right there. Can you see it or no?
No, I can't see it. You're gonna have to send me some photos.
Yeah. No, definitely.
That's just how it is. That's how it is. You're gonna have to do a 360 and turn around and shit.
Yeah, it's just like, I'll just send pictures, whatever. But there's one that is a regular human eye, and on the other side there's an alligator eye. So, so it's like, that whole proverb thing of like, watching your back kind of thing. But I got two separate eyes. But I want to get the squid with the tentacles, one going behind one eye, and the other one going behind the other eye. So it looks like they have eyes on the tentacles. And then the other tentacles go wrap around like the neck wise. So I mean, I'm gonna do somewhat of the neck wise. It's not gonna be full, but so that's what I'm gonna do, because my back is pretty much blank canvas kind of shit. So
yeah, mine's blank as well. I've actually been thinking about what to get, and I've decided on a biblical angel.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you know about the Bible. I don't want to get, into that kind of stuff, but the way that angels really look according to the Bible is very different from what we see in media. Big, beautiful person. It looks like a human being with wings.
Yeah.
Like that shit is only one kind of angel.
Yeah.
And if you look at the seraphim, it's an eye with, I think, 6 or 9 wings around it. Like they're mostly fucking eyes anyway. Yeah. They're really, really creepy. And I want to get one that's just like the eye with the wings, and I would do my whole back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's like
that's gonna be good. It's gonna take fucking forever though.
Oh no, definitely. There's gonna be a lot of sessions. You'll be like, okay, yeah. Or you get that one person that's gonna do the tattoo like by the hour or something.
Yeah. No, I've already got someone for that. But I'm very excited because I've got 2 small pieces on my back, which they weren't bad choices. They were just a little too small. They were of my first tattoos. So I was a little too conservative, and the tattoo artist didn't give a fuck. He's like, just give me the money, bitch. I put it on. I don't care how you want it.
Yeah.
So I only found better tattoo artists, throughout life, and what to look for, and who to work with. But unfortunately, I think everybody's got 1 or 2 that's maybe not as great as they would have hoped.
As a friend of mine would say, go big or go home. You can't.
Yeah, there you go. When it comes to tattoos, you got to give it room to breathe and to bleed. It has to. The bleeding under the skin, the ink bleeding under the skin, is such a major thing about the longevity of a tattoo. Yeah. But as a kid, fuck, you don't know any better. You're like, oh, that looks fucking awesome, bro. Just put it on me. And he's like, yeah man, just give me your money, bitch. I don't care.
That's what I did. I was like, when I was younger, I walked in there and I saw a thing on the wall. I'm like, I'll get that. I'll get that.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Now it's mostly covered up and all that shit, so, or adjusted, let's just say.
Yeah. No, hopefully the older we get, the better the tattoos are that we get.
Oh yeah, especially this age we call, you got people that are like really like so talented, and they can just without doing tracing, they can just do the drawing and
freehand kind of stuff. Yeah, man, that's the best stuff. Custom freehand, then you've got somebody that's a fucking true artist.
That's what my friend does. Like he does that, but he'll do an actual picture he'll get and then do the tracing thing and then put the outline on it. But if there's something else that's added, he'll add some color to it. And
oh yeah, I'm scared of shit with that kind of stuff. I want to see the picture. I want to know what color it's gonna be. I don't want you to fucking. I'm not that confident yet, but maybe one day when I find somebody really good.
I can do stick figures pretty well, but $100 stick figure probably. Yeah.
I got a good one. The one when I got married. That's my husband, and that's me, and we're just two little fucking stick figure zombies. So it's terrible, but I love it.
The one I showed you on my leg, I compared that to like me and my wife when we were married. It's like we're like the gunman couple. She's like the wife and all that. I'm the one that's the protector, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
And then I think that's the reason why I like that piece that he's like, hey, how about this? and he was originally gonna put it on the back where the Grim Reaper is.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, it's put in the front. He goes, dude, there's a shin bone. It's gonna fucking hurt. I'm like, fuck it. Yeah.
It wasn't bad for me on the shin. How was it for you?
No, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was annoying pain, like you would figure. But other than that, that was it. It was just another thing in the deck, And then, and at that point, I'm like, okay, well, when we get this done, I'm just gonna drink like a half a case of beer, and then the
you're not supposed to drink when you get tattooed. You're not supposed to drink when you get tattooed.
After the fact.
Oh, fuck.
No, not during.
Okay.
Because I know that misconceptions of that whole drinking during the thing. That's only, and I found this out. I asked my friend this when I was getting tattooed, and a friend came in and he had like a 6-pack of like a Halloween. It was October. It was like a Halloween kind of beer, and he handed me one, and I'm like, no, I can't because I'm getting tattooed, and my tattooer is like, no, that's only if you're so inebriated that you can't see or walk. You can't get tattooed.
It also thins your blood though, right?
Yeah, it does.
It does thin your blood, so you bleed more.
Yeah, but if you drink like 1 or 2, then you're fine.
Yeah, it's not going to be a big thing.
If you're doing a half a case or whatever, not.
Maybe not a 6er,
Yeah, it's like, because me, I'm like, if I get like a case, I'm like, half that's going to be gone before I even get there, like, So,
you like beer, do you?
No, now I used to. Now the clicker, has like some kind of parts like needs adjusting. Let's just say. So
that one.
Yeah.
No, I back in the day, you.
A couple of years ago, they were like, because I had an FYI to people out there that I had some kind of thing where I drank too much caffeine, too much. Like pretty much my daily thing was like, I'll have coffee in the morning, then I'll have energy drink in the afternoon, and then I'll have another energy drink in the afternoon, and then
energy drinks are terrible.
And then I know I found out that'll last, and but then at that time my wife had cancer, and I was trying to stay awake to be able to be there, and so I'm like, I'm going to drive from work, which is like an hour away, so let me take a 5-hour energy drink on top of that. So pretty much, it's like pretty much the doctor's like, you're trying to give yourself an instant heart attack. And
man.
So I had but then he was like, you got the stress, you got this, and all the caffeine and lack of sleep. And I was like, so what am I supposed to do? You got to do this and take all this medication, and that was it. But that was like 2013 it said, and then like 4 years after that, I was fine. But then now it just came back, and then they had to shock my system.
No, stay away from it. I used to really love drinking. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah.
I like drinking. I like drinking too much, so I had to stop completely. I cannot drink at all because if I drink, I will probably have it all.
Yeah.
I've got alcoholism in the family, so unfortunately, I miss beer. I really do. I'm a beer girl. I love beer very much, and I still actually do drink beer. Okay, I say beer. Some people are gonna shit on me. Non-alcoholic beer, right?
There you go.
So it's either very, very low alcohol. Usually, over here, if it's below 0.5%, then it is classified as non-alcoholic. So I drink beers like that, and I only drink the ones that actually taste like beer, or like cider, or like lager, or whatever it is I feel like. And I'm so grateful for the fact that, for lack of a better word, hipsterism has brought us a bunch of really cool beer. With all that microbrewing and craft beer and shit like that, this started developing as well. And I'm so grateful for it because I can still have a fuck ton of beer and I don't get drunk. And I also have a sensitive heart. I get heart flutters. So that doesn't affect it at all. So I still drink my beer. I have a fucking good time.
Oh, yeah. No, I used to be like, what was the thing? I go and hang out with my friends and they would be like, oh, let's bring in the trash can, And I'm like, but you call me a trash can? I'm like, yeah, you just take whatever shot that nobody else doesn't want to drink,
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
You're that guy.
Yeah. I was like, but then I had to, this is sad to say, but when I used to drink so hard to the point where I had to.
Yeah.
You know, but
I
then
get
when
it.
I did, I'd come back and drink more because I'm like, hey, I feel a lot better now.
Second wind.
Yeah.
Second wind, baby. Yeah.
So they're like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, I'm all good. Everything's out of my system. And that was it.
Yeah.
But they had a shot where they had a game where you put $5 into the for a shot. A shot back then was like $5 or something. Now it's probably like $22.50.
Holy shit.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm exaggerating about the price.
guessing.
That's how much it probably is, because I know there's like mixed drinks. They are about like maybe $10-15 for one drink, and I'm like, hey.
That is a fuck ton of money. You don't even know. And my money's like Monopoly money, so it's a fuck ton of money if you take it from dollars.
My stuff now is like, I'll get some horror shit. I'll get like Funko Pops. And some kind of like, because I think recently I just got the Shining, the twins.
Oh shit! Yeah. That's cool.
They're like the little figures and all that. So they're right next to my Bram Stoker Dracula Funko Pop and my.
Oh, dude! Now you're talking my language. Bram Stoker's Dracula is the shit, man. I've always been a vampire lover, but unfortunately I love werewolves more.
Yeah.
Werewolves are fucking brutal, and I like that. Vampires are sophisticated and cool and sexy, and werewolves don't give a fuck about that noise.
Yeah. There's like what's that movie? Kate Beckinsale.
Underworld.
Yeah. Or as my wife used to call it, underwear. Yeah.
Underwear. Well, I don't mind myself a little bit at Kate Beckinsale, so I'm not gonna chime in on that one. I don't mind. I don't mind. She looks good.
Actually, we'll sit there and she goes, "Hey, Andre, there's your girlfriend." Yeah. And,
oh, are you into Kate? Do you like Kate?
Oh yeah. No, because it's like now she's like going out with some 18-year-old kid. I'm like, really?
Really? I didn't know that.
It's like dating your own kid or something. I'm like, why? I don't know.
I don't know. Does it really matter? Aren't we all just a little jealous?
I am jealous. I tell you right now, I am jealous. I'm like, damn it.
Nah, that's okay. I feel like once you're an adult, when people start talking about age difference, they're just fucking nitpicking. If you're an adult, you're an adult. That's your choice. You wanna be with somebody that's much older, much younger than you. As long as it's two consenting adults, I don't give a fuck. Have a good time.
Yeah, no, but still, it's Kate Beckinsale.
What kind of lucky lottery did that little bastard gain? How did he do it? How did he do it?
Yeah, every guy is probably looking at this like, you son of a bitch. Like
you bastard. Yeah.
What? It's like, what'd you do? Go right to like an orphanage and she felt sorry for you, or
Oh, she took you home, adopted you, showed you the ways.
Like, oh, it's okay.
Terrible.
Rub the tummy. But anyway.
Oh no! Stop! I was gonna ask though. You say you like metal. What kind of metal do you like? What are you into? Who's your favorite band?
Everything we could. That's. I started out with Pantera, obviously. So everybody has to start out like Pantera, Testament, Suicidal Tendencies, Anthrax.
Oh, so you went a little bit more in the opposite direction of the Metallica wave. You went to the other side.
I like Metallica. I like Metallica when it was like the older version.
The grungy stuff, right?
But then when it went from Black on, I'm like, I'll listen to it, but I'm not really a fan after that. But before that,
so like the ultimate to you was like the Black album was the ultimate to you, Metallica-wise.
It was like the borderline of that. I'll stop like right there. Like certain songs on the album is fine. I'm not gonna say I love.
But you're not like a huge fan.
No, I'm not a huge fan, but I like everything from like Master of Puppets, Ride of Lightning, everything else down.
Classics.
Yeah, because when I was like in high school, we had the back patches on our denim jackets, and we had all Merciful Fate, Dio.
Oh, Merciful Fate! Oh shit, Dio! Now you're getting deep. That's some good stuff right there.
Flotsam and Jetsam. And it's like all the stuff, and then I got into like, and then there was Slayer, and then you go on Slayer, and then then it goes on to like other ones like Machine Head and Lamb of God. And,
So you're really still into those bands? You're one of those people, you didn't really stop listening to the music you listened to when you were young?
No, I mean, I still listen to whatever, like the young stuff. I have my playlist on my Spotify where it's like a mixture of like everything. It's not like I have.
What's your favorite song right now that you would classify as a relatively new song?
To me, I love After the Burial. So there's
From?
After the Burial, that's the name of the band.
The band, right? What's the song?
Crown. Something the Crown. I forgot what the name is, but it has a catchy like tune to the whole thing. Like when I find it, I'll send it to you. Then you'll see. Then you'll be like, "Oh,
please do, please do."
Because it's like it starts off like a the guitarist, like it just seems like he's doing it on a computer or something, but it's really like you're like, "Whoa, what the fuck is that?" And then it's just
I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it.
It's like behold the crown. That's the name of the song.
Behold the Crown. Yeah, I'll check it out. Send me a link. That'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely. So that's like my go-to song. If that shit goes on, I'm like, I'll blast out my car. I'll go down like the town or whatever and roll down the windows like, and then they're like, what the fuck is that? And then you got other people playing rap.
Have you ever heard of a band called Ghost?
Yeah, Ghost BC. Or is it just Ghost?
I think they were called Ghost BC, but they're just called Ghost now. I'm not sure, but I think that might be the one. It is fucking great. It is not for everybody. It's definitely not for religious people. I would almost call it anti-gospel is what I would call it. And it is so good. It is theatrical. It is over the top. And I think it's very tongue-in-cheek to a certain degree. And it's really fucking good music. It's really good music. I would recommend it for anyone. Like, and the music videos are good.
Yeah. No, I seen like one or two of them. And the guy had like, looked like he has like a mask, like
that's it. His face is either he's got like a rubber mask or he's got like corpse paintish kind of face. He looks he imitates like a priest or the Pope.
Yeah.
So he's got a couple of faces.
Yeah, I seen the Pope one, and then they had like one where he's just like it's a regular face, but I don't know if it's like his own face, but like a skin kind of.
It's like rubbery, he looks kind of like a slick mobster kind of vibe, right? With the suit and the hat sometimes.
I was like, okay. I'm like, this is something new. I'm like, I heard a couple of songs. I wasn't really like into the thing, but I'll listen to it. So
the first time they came around, I didn't get it. I was like, I see what it's trying to do, but it had to grow on me, and it's fucking great. Same as Tool. Tool is such a great band. People have not stopped telling me that Tool is a fucking amazing band since like literally they came out, and I only got into Tool about 2 months ago.
Oh,
and
really?
I love a lot of music. And there's one song called Pneuma. Oh my fucking God. I just get lost on that thing. It is so, so good. It's almost 12 minutes of the best music. And their drummer is sick.
Yeah.
So I suggest that to anybody that's still holding out on Tool. Yeah, just take the dive and leave all preconceived notions, just go. Just dive in.
Yeah, go to YouTube and look for O'Keefe Foundation. O'Keefe Foundation, I think music or whatever for kids or something, and they got these kids that do cover songs of bands like Tool, 46 and 2. They do 46 and 2, and they have like the recording studio. There's the drummer, bassist, guitarist, singer. Singer's 8 years old.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then
that's so cool.
All the intricate stuff that would happen in the song, like like the whole like that. There's a kid banging away on some kind of like
percussion
like sticks or something, and all the percussion stuff. And it's awesome. They did that. They did Pantera, Revolution is My Name, and
that sounds great.
Oh my God,
You're
like, what the fuck? I'm like,
that's
and
good.
even my girlfriend saw it. She's like, wait, who's this? I'm like, it's called, O'Keefe Foundation, for music or whatever. And it's just kids that go to this foundation and play. It's just fucking
That's
awesome.
cool, man. I heard about a series of albums that were nursery songs.
Yeah.
They were covers. They were covers, basically heavy metal covers, but nursery songs, and they were so good.
I gotta look that up again.
Yeah, yeah. It's good stuff.
I remember hearing that. It was like a comedian was doing that too. He goes, imagine them, doing AC/DC, go row your boat,
Yeah, no, it's very, very good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And do you listen to Leo from Leapfrog Studios? He does a bunch of metal covers. Do you know that guy? Leo is fantastic. He's so talented, and he's a lot of fun as well. Yeah, he's great.
It's like, was it Cottonmouth Joe? He did.
Oh yeah. He did fucking everything. He does pop music as well. Obviously, he does everything in metal. That's the joke. He did Fortunate Son. Did you hear that one?
Yeah, I think I see him pretty much all of them. And it's crazy how
he's
does
good.
That.
He's good.
Cranberries, the zombie.
Yep, absolutely.
Him and his wife are playing it. I'm like, that is just phenomenal. I was like, the one I love, and I show my friends this every time I get a chance. I the Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I must have heard it. Because I basically heard all this.
I Had the Tiger, like with Rocky and all that. I Had the Tiger.
Yeah. I know I Have the Tiger very well.
They have a guy that he's a singer, so he's in there. He's singing the vocals, and obviously Leo does like his shtick and all that, but he'll sing on there too. But he has that trademark, the eyeball.
The one contact.
Yeah, the one contact over here, or sometimes he'll have both, but then he'll have like one regular eye here and one contact over there, and he'll be like, yeah, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, he just has such a good time, and I think that's what's great about Leo.
Oh yeah, he has good timing and everything, and
he's good muso. He's a good muso for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think he's in where the fuck is he? I think no, not Belgium.
No, he's in Norway. I'm pretty sure he's in Norway.
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
Or a Scandinavian country, one of the Scandinavian countries. Yeah, but I mean, they're over there. Metal runs in their veins.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially death metal too. That's
absolutely.
It's like, hey, just go and visit. Like, hey, what's going on that burning church over there? Like, oh, that's where the death metal came from. Like, oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah, those guys, the guys from Mayhem. Who, I don't know if you remember that whole story with Varg Vikerson, who killed his bandmate. And then one guy shot himself with a shotgun, and the bandmates took the parts of his skull and made jewelry from it to commemorate him. There's a documentary called I think it's called something like Where the Light Takes Us or something like that, about that whole thing, and it's actually really creepy because they speak to Varg Vikerson, and he is
out there.
He's one of those really cool, calm, and collected people.
Yeah.
And that there's a lot going on in there, and it's pretty creepy. It's pretty creepy.
He's like, hey, how you doing? And inside the brain, it's like, I'll cook your liver right now. Like, oh!
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And over there, they actually get leave from prison. So like it's a public holiday or something. You get to go home for the weekend, and you have to book back in when you come back.
Oh shit.
How fucking crazy is that? How crazy is that?
I don't think they'll do that in the States. I don't know if they can do that as it is. Serial killers, hey, go have a day off. Go ahead.
Obviously, I don't think everybody gets leave. I think you have to have like good behavior or something like that.
Yeah,
but it's still pretty creepy to think, it's the long weekend. There's probably a bunch of jailed people in town now.
All right, anybody that has larceny or just kidnapping, go ahead. Yeah.
No, the killers have to stay back this weekend. You only get Christmas if you're a murderer.
Yeah, you only get Christmas. Happy New Year to all the Satanists and yeah.
There you go.
So I had an awesome time with this. This is awesome. This is like, I mean, I have a great time with everybody else, but this is like I think we're on to like 2 hours. I think.
Oh shit! I'm sorry about
No,
that.
no, no,
I
no.
like to have a good time.
It's the way it is. This is how we do it. This is how Tattoo Squid podcast goes. You know, it's like we talk about different shit. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
And it's cool. And hopefully, when you have yours up, then put me in there, and we'll
absolutely.
We'll dive
have you watched Fear Street? This whole new thing, everybody's fucking talking about it. It's like 3 movies. Have you watched it? Do you care?
I have not. Wait, whereabouts is it on? Because it all depends on where.
Netflix. Netflix.
On Netflix. Yeah, I'll check it out. I have not done it yet. I've seen many of some friends on different podcasts. They talk about it, like Shoot the Flick. And,
right.
And other guys, and there's actually some horror community Twitter people that are vastly into like horror stuff like we are,
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, did you see this? I watched this. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, okay, cool. So
yeah, no, it's not bad. Unfortunately, it's aimed at young people, and you gotta check your brain at the door a little bit. Yeah. Suspension of disbelief in that. It's really just a good old-fashioned slasher. Yeah. But if it was modern, right? So all of the slasher tropes and rules sort of apply, Yeah. If there's a killer in the house, they're gonna go fucking check it out, yeah. That kind of stuff.
That's like American Horror Story almost, like they did.
Almost, right? It's fan service. It's 100% fan service. They took all of the shit that horror people like and they put it in one movie, and they're like, there, go have a good time. Yeah. So I think it's not bad, but I hear the main gripe that people have with it is that, especially with the 1994, yeah. People are complaining about the fact that things aren't period accurate. The music, the songs specifically, they're bitching about the music. They're saying that, oh, this song came out in 1997 or the early 2000s or this or that. Do you care? Do you care about that? Do you think that it should be period accurate? If there's a movie about the fucking 1600s, the music should be period accurate. How do you feel about that?
I just don't. Doesn't matter. Like when you do something like 1984 or whatever, you're looking at it like Friday the 13th kind of stuff, and that's how it should progress like that. The way I see it, and I'm like, I love it that way, especially with the music and the dancing. Like, hey, we do the aerobics and shit.
But everybody in the 80s. Oh shit! Yeah, don't even start talking about fucking aerobics in the 80s.
Yeah, but then that's what it was, and then they go camping or something like that, and and then everybody like dies. But
that's the best part.
Yeah.
It just feels a little nitpicky because people are like, oh, it's got I can't even remember everything. Like there's there's a fucking Alice Cooper song in there, and they're like, oh no, that only came out in 1997, and this show was supposed to be 1994. I'm like, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it, man. If it's a good song, have a good time.
It's very pinnacle about everybody. It's like, oh, it's not this, it's not that. Me, I don't like. I hate movies that are, like people are trying to redo movies. And some are all right.
Like the remakes.
Yeah, the remakes. Some of them are all right, but I'm like, honestly, if you got original thought, come on, put it out there. Don't remake everything. Absolutely. That like Rob Zombie, I think, is doing a remake of Monsters.
I don't know. I'm kind of holding out for that one. I hope it's going to be good.
I mean, I'll watch it, but then I'm like, and me and my friend at work, we're always like, don't touch it. Why you gotta touch it? There's nothing wrong with it. It's a TV show.
Yeah,
you gotta make it bloody or something, which is fine. But then people that grow up to watch it, like myself, I'm like, because they did what's it, Addams Family. That turned out to be like a comedy thing, which basically it is. Yeah.
Did you watch the new animated Addams Family? Did you watch that one?
Oh yeah. It was pretty good.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. It was just like
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. No, it wasn't trying to be the original, I think, but I think it treated the original with a lot of respect.
Yeah.
And that was really good. I enjoyed it.
Like that, I don't mind. I like that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But if you're just gonna go and reenact it, like, okay, we're gonna make this a little bit more bloody, like it.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it? Did you like the remake?
I tried watching it, and then I'm like, okay, I understand it. Okay, fine. You got like you want to be more bloodier, you want to be more into it, but you can't duplicate the remake because that was back in the day. That's about how gruesome it was back in the day.
Absolutely.
It's just like like Tim Curry. I'm like, he plays an awesome fucking it.
I was just gonna say the biggest issue was it didn't have Tim Curry.
No,
he was campy, but I do believe that the character is a little campy. It's just how it is. And I mean, the new guy did a fantastic job. He's one of the Skarsgård brothers, and they're all amazing actors. Even the dad's really, really good. But I have not actually been able to bring myself to watch the second one yet. I don't know.
I'm gonna try to do it because like today will be my only like day off, and I got like some plans I gotta do. But
I shouldn't. I'm keeping you up. I'm sorry.
No. Don't worry about it because like mine's like it's like in the afternoon or something like that. So I still got time and all that. No, but we called it was basically I wanted to try to see that, but then I'm just gonna like sit there and look at it like really. I'm always critiquing it as it is. So I'm like, some movies I'm like, the one movie I really liked, which I thought I was not gonna like, was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It was pretty good. Are you a Tarantino fan?
I love Tarantino's movies, like the Dusk Till Dawn movies and all that. I was like into
classic.
that. Well, yeah, it's classic one. But I didn't know Tarantino did the movie until after I saw the credits at the end because I was
really? It doesn't feel like a Tarantino movie, actually. It doesn't.
Because I was too busy eating like Chinese food at the time. So I'm like, once I eat, and I'm like, I don't zone for the movie until after I eat. And then we were watching it, and it was just like, to me, I didn't realize it was Charles Manson kind of with
the Manson story.
Yeah. So I'm like, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, all right. Then they get to the point where like Brad Pitt goes to the guy's house, and he's like slipped with like some kind of hallucinogen that was in his brain. And then he has like the dog, the pit bull, and all of a sudden he just like, there they are, they're ready to go, like, get down on the ground, and he goes, what are you trying to say, man? And I thought it was funny as hell. But then as soon as he went like that, dog jumped and tore the guy's
It was good.
I was like,
fucking great.
And my girlfriend's watching, she's like,
it's
like,
good. It's good stuff. Awesome. It's good stuff.
I'm like, I'm loving it now.
Leo does something with a flamethrower, doesn't he? A flamethrower in the pool or something? That was fucking brutal.
There was three of them. There was two girls and a guy. And the guy had the gun. He had his nuts chopped off by the dog. And then the other girl, she got stabbed in the head, I believe, by the because I think Leonardo DiCaprio had to marry somebody from Italy, to make a connection with the family or something. So he married into family. And then they moved back, and she's living in a house and did not know about this whole thing going on. And then the other one, which is like the crazy of the three, like typical, like like
like a psycho.
Yeah, the psycho bitch we call just come out of nowhere, and she gets shot and stabbed, and she's in the pool, and the guy's like, I was like, oh, and there she is, like so roasting, good. Like like right.
Oh, it's good.
I'm like, well, that's Hollywood for you, Jesus.
Yeah, fucking Hollywood, it'll get you. It'll fucking get you.
But then I think it was like, my girlfriend was explaining the whole synopsis of the whole thing because I didn't really get what because I think it was like they were.
It's the alternate reality thing that's like similar to what he did with Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah. But it was like more no, but I mean like the people that they were going after, which were down below, I think they were going to go for the people that was like on top of the hill after that house. So
yeah.
And then I think my girlfriend was like, "Yeah, we call it the people up top where not Margot Kidder, Margot Robbie,
Margot Robbie.
plays I forgot the name, but she was like the one that's supposed to be getting killed, I guess.
Yeah. But isn't she a dish? She's amazing. I love Margot Robbie.
She could play.
She was so
anything.
good in Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah. Oh wow. that is some stuff right there.
Even Suicide Squad, we could. I was like, okay, she played a Harley Quinn, like what Harley Quinn would be. That's what.
No.
But even Titans, I started watching on HBO Max.
I'm not catching that. I'm not really into superhero stuff, unfortunately. It's just the market is just saturated with it. There's some I like. I mean, I'm a huge Thor fan. I like my Batman, and one or two other characters that are really good. I fucking love Loki. Have you been watching Loki?
No, I haven't got a chance, because that's how me and my girlfriend were like, okay, we got all these different series, and she was watching. The hell she was watching, because I was trying to get this set up, like the Zoom and all that. I'm like, all right, make sure I got this one, and I was looking at my Twitter feeds, and then she was watching some series called the Deep. It's like an animated outer space thing or something.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I haven't seen that one.
The Deep or something. I'm like, and she was like, and I went to sleep because I had to wake up early. And I usually wake up early anyway, so I'm like, oh, I went to bed early. And she didn't go to bed until like 1 a.m. I'm like, was the show good? Goes, oh yeah, it's great. So I'm like,
that's good. No, I would definitely suggest Loki. It's very good. If you are a fan of the Marvel universe, and if you like Loki specifically, that's very good. It's time travel stuff. I'm not really into time travel stuff once again, but that's just popular. It's what everyone's doing. So to be all like, nah, I'm not gonna watch that timey-wimey bullshit. You're going to miss a lot of really good stuff. So I have been watching it, and it's really good.
But with Marvel, it's like, it's crazy. Like, especially when you watch the whole thing and then you go through the credits and then they do something at the end. That's when
I love that post-credit stuff. That's the best.
Yeah, because you got, that's like, you got to pay attention to that shit. It's like, what the fuck?
Absolutely, because it's usually a clue to the next one anyway.
Yeah, because we didn't know that until, I think, what we were watching. We were watching. Oh, because we're doing the Avengers, thing, and then you gotta go like this, and then we're watching, like, it goes in order or something. You watch Thor, and then Black Panther, and then you watch this. And then it all connects, and I was like, wow. But I was watching Deadpool.
Deadpool! I love me some Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds. You said you love Ryan Reynolds. I saw that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's great. He's fucking great. I love him so much.
I seen him, what was it? I didn't see him, but he was in a show called Two Guys, Girl in a Pizza Place. It was like a
I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's like like late 80s, early 90s, like comedy thing. It's just basically two guys and a girl, they're friends, but they meet up at a pizza place, and it's just like one of those like comedy kind of things, and that's how I seen him. And then I saw him like in those like zany wacky
Van Wilder
movies. Yeah,
remember Van Wilder?
Van Wilder, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that one. Yeah, the Van Wilder one.
I love Van Wilder.
Oh my God.
Did you ever watch Waiting?
Yeah, Waiting.
Where they're
Waiting. Yeah,
they're waiters.
Yeah, and he's trying to get
but that was so good.
He's trying to get with we call it the 17-year-old the
she's like the hostess or something. Yeah.
She's like, I'm not 18 yet until next month.
Oh yeah.
And then
no, it's good stuff.
And then the woman with the what the fuck, Anna Faris. She's in it.
Anna Faris from a Scary Movie.
Yeah. And then, what was the other one? The one woman that she has like some kind of like complex or whatever. She's like, oh yes, hi, motherfucker. And then like she'll just
like Tourette's.
Yeah. But she'll keep it in check. Like, oh, here, have a nice day. Here's your coffee. Okay, no problem. It's like, mother, I fucking hate that shit. Yeah, it's like
What's the one where he was a serial killer? Did you see that one? What was that one called? Where he like took a different personality took over or something. I can't remember.
oh, he
He
was
lives
like
in a
a
and
well, he was in a movie. I've seen this one a
wait,
couple.
he was alone. He was like a loner, and then he started killing people. And it turns out, oh, there was a cat. The cat started talking to him. I think it
Oh,
was
I
the
haven't
dog
seen that
first,
one. No, I
and then the
haven't seen
cat.
that one.
I think it's called Voices. I think it's called Voices. Look
Oh,
for it, Ryan Reynolds.
yeah.
It's one of those. It slipped through the underneath the radar, but it's pretty good.
There was another movie he was in. It was like one of those like out in the outback kind of like he has a cowboy hat. It was snowing, but it's I'm like more like Vermont wise or something. And then
Right.
he's married, and then they had a kid, and then he went to go and get something um from a store, which is like out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's nobody around, and then
Yeah.
the kid vanishes from the truck,
Holy
like he's
shit.
nowhere, and then he's
Oh
like looking
shit.
around, but there's nobody. Like honestly, there's like the store, his truck, that's it. And then the
Yeah.
kid like vanishes, like nowhere. There's no car that pulled up.
Shit.
It's like one of those things. And then he's searching and searching, and I guess the kid grows up, and this is going for years, and then he's older, but he goes and he finds her, but then he kills like everybody in the process. It was
Oh
just
shit. No, I haven't seen that one.
and then there's another movie I think you'll like six what the fuck was it called? Six something. Basically he plays a billionaire and
Yeah.
he wants to help people out. So he like in other countries, but he can't really do anything. So people that seem like they passed away, not passed away, but like if they look like they're dead from like say in a war or something, then he'll go in and erase them from existence and use them to with jobs that's overseas and all that. So
Oh shit. No, I
like
haven't
he'll
seen that
grab
one. I
like
did see the one where he was a cop though. I said
yeah.
something about something undead police department
Oh yeah,
or something
they
like that.
not NYP something PD, Rest in Peace PD, I think it is. All right,
Yeah, something like
PD,
that. That
something,
wasn't
yeah.
bad. That wasn't bad.
Yeah, that was
And
awesome.
he was also in the remake of what's that classic horror movie with the house?
Oh, Amityville Horror.
Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that too. He's actually pretty good as a serious actor.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, yeah. But when he does like Deadpool, and I'm like, holy
It's
shit.
good.
Especially when you look
He's
in a
hilarious. I
theater and
love
all that.
Deadpool.
Especially when you look in a theater and like the first time, and then you're like, what? You just
no, he's great. He's like the best superhero in my opinion when it comes to sense of humor. And I hear that his portrayal of Deadpool is actually very accurate to what Deadpool is like in the comics.
Oh yeah.
I'm not very big on comics. I've read a couple, but I'm not like thick into it like a lot of people are. And they say his Deadpool is pretty spot on.
Yeah, because he's like, I mean, he does. Deadpool really goes against the grain with like X-Men, and and he has like a thing for Spider-Man.
Absolutely. He's an anti-hero, really.
Yeah, but he has a thing for Spider-Man. I mean, really has like a man crush on Spider-Man, and
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
He's just like, because I was watching, I'm like, because I was at work and we were watching like they had on TV, Deadpool 2, and the one woman was like, I have never seen Deadpool. I'm like, fucking watch it. Go, you'll be like amazed.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
And I looked at my friend because that is his wife, and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with me, man? Play the fucking movie.
What are you teaching your wife here?
Yeah,
have you seen the second one?
Dude. Huh?
Have you seen the second one?
Oh yeah, I was watching the first one and the second one.
It was just as good. I thought, okay, the second one usually is not as good, but that Celine Dion number in the beginning, it was the best. It was so good. He's so good. He
Especially
really is.
He's a stripper and all that, and then.
Oh yeah.
But then I like the skydiving scene, and like.
Oh yeah.
The superheroes and all that. But there is a Domino superhero. because some people I don't think know that, and I love the fact that Ryan Reynolds knows certain characters and different Marvel stuff that he put in.
Yeah.
You know, like they had Domino, and she turned out to have like her own movie. Not that woman, but something Knightley. What was her name? She was in the
Keira Knightley.
Yeah, the Pirates of the Caribbean. She played the Domino in a movie and all that. So, which was
I remember that. Yeah, I do.
Right. And then they had a guy, and he goes, "Oh, my name is Shatterstar," you know, and I'm like, "Oh man," it's just like he's like, "Oh, I'm from this other world," you know, where it's like all TV and all that. And when you look at the comics, and they have it on the cartoon as well of X-Men,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so the guy like he has like a star for like, you know, around his eye, and long like party in the back kind of hair, and you know, like serious in the front kind of thing. And then there's so there's like a cartoon a little bit too, where there's like a big glob guy sitting in a chair like a gamer, you know, but he's in front of people, you know, kind of like a small version of Danny DeVito, but you know.
Smaller version of Danny DeVito.
Well, yeah, because the guy is sitting there, he has like no legs. It's pretty much like in there.
Have you seen MODOK? Have you seen MODOK?
I've seen one or two episodes. I haven't really gotten through. I've seen one or two, but no, it's good. It's something different. It's like that whole like more you know, like the like family not family ties.
Rick and Morty.
Family Guy kind of thing, kind of like.
Oh yeah. He's it's very much Robot Chicken, because they're involved in that actually. Stupid Buddy Studios and Seth Green, they're involved in that, and it definitely shows, because they are the masters of stop motion.
It's
very well done. It's really very well done on a technical level. It's really good.
I know. I was like looking at the first one episode or something, like the first one or second one, and I'm like, this looks familiar for some reason.
It does. It does.
It's like I'm watching.
The humor is not bad.
I'm like it's like I'm watching the He-Man thing from Robot Chicken, you know. It's like it's like, oh, yo, there's Teal. He goes, oh yeah, big boy, yeah, go ahead, you know, like he's all drunk.
I
was like, oh, you're making fun of my show. Oh, He-Man. Hence the Skeletor on your shirt.
I'm gonna have to run. My backup lighting just died, so I think that's a sign from the gods.
But thank you, Nix, for being a part of the Tattoo Squid podcast. Tell everybody where you're gonna be at, or where they can find you, or where you're gonna be.
Okay. I'm on Twitter. I'm not on anything else because everything else makes me angry. I'm on Twitter as Sounds Creepy Pod. And I'm also on Midnight Cartoon. That's MIDNYT_cartoon. And there I talk about adult animation and all great things involved with animation. And on Sounds Creepy, I talk about any kind of creepy shit in movies and music. I like strange things. And if you're into strange shit, please join me there.
Yeah. All right, guys. So check her out. Go to Twitter. Check all the other stuff that she mentioned. Check me out on Instagram, whatever, you know, my YouTube. You know where to check it out. So that's TA2SQUID. All right. So we're gonna cut this out, and then I'll talk to you in a little bit. All right. So everybody, take it.